All right, welcome back to Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Chuck Leonard, sitting in for Mike Scott. Billy, let's bring in our next guest, Gina Meyers. Hello, Gina. How are you?
Great to meet you,
Serendipity Media Group.
Yes, I own a public. Thank you for asking. I own a publishing company. It's called Serendipity Media Group, and I'm also a cookbook author. So I've kind of honed in on some of my skills as a cookbook author, and I've helped others to achieve their dreams of publishing either for the first time or looking towards publishing additional editions of their
Do you look for other people with cookbooks?
No, as a matter of fact, I don't.
Okay.
I have had the fortunate experience of publishing books for many people in different arenas, including inspiration, Christian, popular culture, some cookbooks, and I'm trying to think what else. The whimsical.
Are these all local authors?
Actually, they're not.
So they're looking for a publisher, and you go out and seek them out?
Well, they've actually found me. I've had the fortunate experience of realizing many of my dreams as an author. And so I've been able to go on television all over the United States, and some of my cookbooks have even won international awards in Paris, France. So I've built a name for myself, and individuals have sought me out as a result.
Now, were you a author before you were a cookbook author? Were you always a writer?
Was I always a writer before I became a cookbook author?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have written numerous books about the Bewitched television show.
Oh, so really? Tell me about that.
Well, I was rather obsessed with the television show Bewitched, and as well as I Dream of
Which
Genie.
Darren's your favorite?
Dick York, who was Darren 1, the first Darren. And through my experiences of loving a television show, growing up here in Fresno and then living in San Francisco in the summers, I would watch Bewitched on television, and through that result, I started a fan club in 1994-ish, and then have been invited to the conventions, and Columbia Pictures Television actually hired me as a freelancer to create their Bewitched video collections. Now, I'm really aging myself because, yes, I produce Columbia Pictures Television, Sony Pictures Television.
How fun.
Bewitched series. Have met all of the stars from Bewitched.
You've met Paul Lynde?
No, he passed away before.
Oh, man, I never got to meet him either. He's my favorite.
Yes.
Uncle Arthur.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, that's in my book. My first book is The Magic of Bewitched Trivia and More. And the information about Paul Lynde is in my book. So it's trivia, fun facts about the show, as well as recipes.
Give me a fun fact about Bewitched.
Well, a fun fact about Bewitched is Paul Lynde actually only played on 7 episodes of Bewitched. And yet he made such an impact in the 8 years that he was on the television show. And he was good friends with Elizabeth Montgomery, as well as William Asher. William Asher was the director of Bewitched. He actually endorsed my book at one of the Bewitched conventions. He and his wife Meredith sent me a thank you note for giving them my Magic of Bewitched Trivia and More. And he actually said to me, I learned more about Bewitched from you, Gina, than I knew. And here he was a director and owner of Bewitched.
Was Sidney Sheldon involved with that?
Sidney Sheldon was involved in I Dream of Genie.
Gosh,
yes.
I knew there was some tie-in.
Yeah,
there.
You did pretty good with your trivia.
Not too bad. I'd love to look through that, though. Let's get to your cookbooks, though.
Okay, well,
let's go. What was the very first cookbook you made?
The very first cookbook that I've written was the Magic of Bewitched cookbook.
Oh, give me that. Magic of Bewitched cookbook.
Yes.
Tell me what's in here.
There's the tales of toadstools and bar stools.
I see that.
There's an entire cocktail section since they drank way too much on Bewitched.
Did they?
They really did. That was kind of one of those it wasn't really an urban legend, it was real. They drank a lot on the show.
What were they drinking?
They would drink Manhattans and things. You know, he was a New York ad exec.
Right.
and they lived in Westport, Connecticut. But you know, the story behind Bewitched was what intrigued me, and so all of the books that I've written since then have really appealed to a worldwide audience, and I've had enormous success and a lot of joy in the creation of my unique themed cookbooks, and that's been my goal, to reignite a passion of excitement in the kitchen and to bring people together of all ages. And so Love at First Bite, the Twilight cookbook, is really what put me on the map. The Bewitched cookbook may have been the one that was my first love, but the Love at First Bite, the Twilight cookbook, is an inspiration. A friend invited me to the movie premiere in 2008, and the rest is history. Gone all over the United States on TV, including book signings at Baton Rouge in Louisiana.
Did the actors like these?
They did. Actually, on YouTube, it's over 290,000 hits.
Wow.
Like a David Letterman, there's a gentleman called Alan Carr, Chatty Man. Mm-hmm. And Alan Carr, Chatty Man, interviews all of the stars. And he actually interviewed the stars from Twilight, and they showed my book on air.
Cool.
And they tried my Twilight tribute punch. Edward Cullen's brother, Kellen Lutz, went nuts over my Twilight tribute punch in Love at First Bite. And there's gummy worms. That's my secret ingredient. And on this television show, Alan Carr, Chatty Man, out of London, England, they showed Kellen Lutz actually stealing Ashley Green's Twilight tribute punch and drinking it and eating all the gummy worms. So it really is fun to realize my passions and dreams.
That's awesome. Let's take a look at a couple more of these before we run out of time.
Certainly.
The Twin Pomegranates wine cookbook. Wow.
Yes.
Is that cooking with just pomegranate wine or all different kinds of wine?
Well, as a publisher and a cookbook author, I enjoy using and utilizing our local fresh ingredients. Mm-hmm. And pomegranates are grown here in the Central Valley, as are figs. So I've had the wonderful opportunity to work with the Fig Council, mm-hmm. as well as the Pomegranate Festival and Madera Chamber of Commerce as well. And so I was on TV for my unofficial Harry Potter cookbook. And
You have a Harry Potter cookbook
I do.
With you?
I know. I'm out of stock. And it sells very well at Barnes & Noble.
I bet.
And I've had a great experience. You can buy it on Amazon.com as well. But actually, you can buy it on your website.
You can buy it right here at
CentralValleyTalk.com. Yes, I feel very happy that you guys have added that.
This is all so cool. I could just talk to you forever and ever. I'll tell you what, we have to take a quick commercial break, but would you come back sometime?
I would love to talk more.
Awesome.
It's so nice meeting you.
Gina Meyers, everybody. Look for her cookbooks on, you have your website?
GinaMyers.com, yes.
Awesome. Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Stick around.